Well, it's certainly with great joy that we welcome this family here, DJ and Carrie. We've got Austin ready to be baptized and Avery, the big sister. So excitement, and all the cousins. Yeah, Avery's like, yes, that's me. All right. So I've got just a couple of things to say before the baptism. First of all, what a depressing first reading for a baptism. Scabs and pustules and leprosy and unclean and tearing your clothes. Perfect baptism reading. But at least it's not last week with Job, who was lying in bed, couldn't sleep, and he was complaining about everything. Just let me die, Lord. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So we've got these two readings from the last 2 weeks that are really very depressing. I think most of my juniors kind of feel like Job because they still have another year before they graduate. The seniors are like, whatever. They're fine. The juniors are kind of like, I lie in bed, can't fall asleep, worrying every day. Well, that's life, okay? But here's the thing. In both gospel readings, Jesus comes to the rescue. Jesus reaches out and touches us and raises us back. So we don't have to stay in our Job-like state or our leprosy-like state. But I thought to myself, well, gosh, that whole first reading sounds like a really scary health department about how we should treat ourselves. And with the flu bug going around, how many of you have had the flu? Yeah, it's kind of like rent your clothes and unclean, stay back, don't come to work. In a sense, that's how we all are, but not about our health, but about kind of our spiritual health. And it's why we bring Austin here today. Austin is going to be washed in the waters of baptism, which helps screen him from some of the sins that go on in our world. So all those things we carry with each other, within ourselves, that separate us from the community, where we have to yell out kind of unclean, unclean, Jesus takes those things and washes them away in baptism, and then offers us the strength of the sacraments to continue to strengthen us throughout our lives so that we can remain holy, so that we can remain clean. And what Jesus does is he touches us, which makes him, in a sense, unclean. That's why he heads out into the desert, right? So, in a sense, he takes all that on himself and carries it to the cross. So what we're going to do in the baptism is we're going to have that moment that begins that sacramental journey, which will continue with confession, and then eventually we'll come to the table for communion. And communion will continue to strengthen us so that that uncleanliness of sin will be washed away, will be held at bay. Because communion is not some kind of reward for the pure, it's a remedy for all of us who carry with us the sins of the world. So DJ, your job as the dad will be to continue to raise Austin in that idea of faith, and Carrie as the mom, nurturing him and being Christ in forgiveness of him. But Avery, you've got a really special job, okay? Because you're the big sister. I need to tell you something. You're not mom. And that's good. It's good that you're not the mother, because you know what happens when you get older. Your mom and dad are really cool. But when you get a little bit older, sometimes you forget that. And Austin is going to forget that. And he's going to look to you to be his guide, because he's going to think you're really cool because you're 6 years older than him. You're going to be like his star. And so you get to guide him, along with the cousins, to be that person he's meant to be. So Avery, your job is going to be the best big sister you can be, to help him see how important it is to know God and to know his faith. Do you think you can do that? Thank you. And all the cousins, you get to help her out in that job as well. So it's with great joy that we welcome Austin so that he can become clean, because God wills it. He wills all of us to be clean and whole and healthy. We hear it throughout the Mass when we say, Lord, have mercy, Christ, have mercy, Lord, have mercy. When we say, your will be done, forgive us our trespasses. When we come to this altar, Lamb of God, you take away the sins of the world, have mercy on us. We ask him, is it your will And he says, of course it's my will. Come, be whole, be healed. And so, Austin, it is God's will for you to come today and to start this journey of faith. And we promise as a community of faith to walk with you and your family on that journey. DJ, Carrie, Avery, God bless. And Austin, welcome to the family.